Again for your weekly MMA podcast called Split Decision, brought to you from the SinCal studios. It is Bueller, Dodge, and Dennis ready to break you off some MMA news. And, of course, go over the fights from last weekend and check out the fights going down this weekend and lots of other crazy stuff going on.
This is a lot. Seems like a lot of stuff.
We're finding Dory. We were finding Dory.
There's so much movement.
Water's wet.
No, it's not.
It literally is. Noah Webster, look it up.
It's wet.
It's scientific theories. Look it up. You can find out for yourself. The debate is open.
You know airplanes are wet
Yeah.
You like to get wet?
with air.
Uh-huh.
It wets the wings.
Yes, it does.
Smoked a little weed one time, but I didn't know you like to get wet.
Anyway, back to MMA.
Angel dust, PCP.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys know this.
Angel Make you wet.
The UFC
Break it down now.
Hot tip.
has a fighter
You wet inside.
conduct policy.
Oh,
Like, this is downloaded from their website. And it says,
It seems pretty thin.
fighters shall conduct themselves in accordance with commonly accepted standards of decency, social conventions, morals, and fighters will not commit any act to become involved in any situation or occur to make the statement in which reflect negatively upon or bring disrepute, contempt, or scandal, ridicule, or disdain
Disrepute.
to the fighter or the UFC.
Disrepute.
And they may
Three
be
syllables.
disciplined. Discipline may be imposed for conduct, including criminal offenses, including but not limited to those involving the use of threat and violence, criminal offenses relating to performance-enhancing drugs, conduct that
familiar?
imposes inherent danger to the safety or well-being of other people,
Any of this sound familiar?
violent, threatening, or harassing behavior.
Nope.
Lately?
They may be disciplined
Nope.
in the form of fine, suspension, cessation of service, including conditions to be satisfied prior to resolution of the incident, unless you're fucking Conor McGregor because the UFC does not care.
Who's
I knew it
fucking
was
Conor
coming.
McGregor?
Recently, Dana White. What?
Oh.
Go back one. Let me go back to
there we go.
Bam! Mr. Dana White right here. They asked him if Conor McGregor was going to be suspended for his actions with the bus and the dolly and the whole thing where, you know, he's still got people suing him. And he said, suspended? Man, he hasn't fought in 2 years. How much longer should we suspend him? He's obviously lost lots of money, millions of dollars for what down in New York. There's nothing more we could do to him. He went through the legal process. That's it. He's good.
Really?
You literally did nothing to him.
Really?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Nope, no repercussions whatsoever.
I mean, John Jones got suspended for hitting some lady with his car. Like, they suspended him.
Right.
Took away his title.
No, who was that went down to the jiu-jitsu gym with the gun when he thought his wife
yeah,
was
and they cut him.
Yeah, no, did they cut him or suspend him?
cut him.
Thiago Alves?
And then
Was
they
it
brought him back.
Alves?
They
No, it
cut
wasn't
him.
Alves. It was another Thiago Silva.
Thiago
Okay.
Silva. They
Okay.
cut him. They brought him back, and then they cut him again.
lot
I got
of
half
Thiagos.
of it.
Yeah, that's right. They cut him, brought him back, cut him again.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel about this?
You know how I feel about this.
Man, it's a double standard, but it's all over the place.
It's money.
It's everywhere.
I mean, it has to be,
It's
right?
absolutely money because they have to have him fight at 229.
I mean,
And that's why
Finance
when
is-
you were reading that, I was like, I knew exactly what Dan was going to say. He hasn't fought in 2 years.
that's enough.
Yeah,
it's enough. It's, you know,
But that
you know,
wasn't-
the court, you know, they did
he
everything they
basically
could.
what he
against this
basically
guy.
said-
He got the book thrown at him.
No, he's like, I was penalized at the same time.
Yeah, I couldn't make money off of his
we
ass.
should stop
Yeah.
the penalizing of people right now.
Him not fighting hurts me, too.
Yeah. I mean, and
Why am I being punished for what Conor
Yeah.
did? You can't punish me for what Conor did. Come on now.
Come on,
and I
guys.
can't get mad at Dana about his hustle. It's Dana's hustle.
Yeah, no, it's his hustle, but I just love that Conor now gets to dictate his own.
That's my thing. A lot of people that I've been reading online, they're like, don't you think they should have thrown the book at him? Like, prove to him that you can't do that. Because I feel like he's been slowly over his career pushing the edge, pushing the envelope, pushing. Now it's like, bro, I could go into any event, throw a fucking bus doll or a troll, you know, at the bus, destroy windows, cut 3 or 4 people up. All I have to do is say I'm sorry.
Look, but
I can do whatever the fuck I want. He could jump into the cage. He's already put his hands on referees and other organizations.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't do anything about it.
Okay, now let's talk
Like,
about
come on.
if you're a conspiracy person.
Uh-huh.
What if some of
Where's
this
your tinfoil
stuff?
hat? Is it underneath that hat?
No, I'm just saying.
people.
Lizard
What
people.
if some of this stuff was supposed to be hype? What if even the bus and the whole crew running in the back was supposed to be hype? And then
Nobody told the other fighters about it?
something went a
Well,
little
of course
crazy.
not. Yeah.
And then something
Gotta
went a
have
little
real
crazy.
surprise. No, here's what I think is that the last time Conor fought in the UFC, he was like, I'm not going to fight again for 2 years. Why aren't you going to fight again for 2 years? Oh, you'll see. I'll tell you why. I'm
Yeah.
suspending myself prematurely because I'm going to do something. What do you mean you're going to do
I
something?
don't want to defend my belt.
Oh, you'll know
I haven't
it.
ever done that before.
You'll know it when you see
scared.
it, but it's going to be big. It's going to be huge.
I'm putting my own suspension days in the bank
Yeah.
because it's coming.
Pre-suspension.
I'm pre-suspending myself.
Yes.
So
Dude, that's ultimate pre-gaming.
Yeah. What
with everybody getting mad at Conor McGregor, now there's a new reason to get mad at his opponents. We have Khabib Nurmagomedov was seen recently in a video paying homeless people to do push-ups.
Are you really mad?
I'm not that mad.
No, because you live in Modesto, bro. You know how many happy homeless people would be here in Modesto? All I had to do was push-ups?
Yeah.
All I had to
Now,
do?
there are people that are upset. They said that he was laughing at their lack of skill and how to do it. I didn't see him laughing. You could hear his cousin laughing like a jackass.
I thought his cousin was the one recording.
He was the one recording. You could hear him
Oh,
laughing.
no, I thought he was the one recording.
No.
He was the one giving the money.
Yeah, he's the one, Khabib
And
gives
how
the
much
money.
was
He's just,
how much money?
who knows? They don't say. But there is outrage.
Let's say one time there's
Again,
100 in that.
We got people outraged at this, that he's a piece of shit and that Conor should beat his ass just because of this.
Words I'm tired of.
What's that?
Outrage. Fuck.
That's it. One word.
I was on a fucking roll. Hold on a second.
No, he was on a roll. He had
hold
one
on
of
a second.
threes.
No. Outrage, controversy, and fucking scandal.
Scandal, yeah.
All three of
I was on a roll. I got
Sorry.
started.
I told you that.
I got the roll started.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
I hit a stop.
God damn it.
No, I'm not. I'm
So
not
the
mad.
video's been deleted.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Khabib for this. Like, laughing is kind of tacky, but at the same time, here's my thing.
If he wouldn't have given the money.
Yes.
I can't believe you're gonna say it. Laughing's a little tacky.
Laughing at homeless people is tacky. Yes, laughing at homeless people is tacky.
Getting paid.
Getting paid. That's my problem. Because
How
there
many
was
bum fights did you watch?
no, this
all
is
of them.
No, listen, this is what I'm gonna say, man.
let him.
Because there was the dude who was like doing the push. He was like doing the worm. He wasn't even doing the push-ups. And then when he got up, Khabib had the money out and then kept pulling it back like you didn't do a push-up. Do a push-up. Like he was making these guys do this and then he wasn't paying them. That's kind of jacked up. They do it. They do a bad job. You still got to throw money at them because you told them to throw money at them if they did it.
Okay.
I mean, he gave him the money.
That's all it is. Yeah. That's all it was. If I roll up to the Briggsmore overpass, where we always have the same rotation of people coming through, they are homeless, which they're not, because well,
What
we all
happened
know
to
they're
Two
not.
Finger Fred? What up?
Yeah. And they say we'll work for food, but you know they won't because if you offer them work, they don't take you up on it.
Yep.
But if they were for
Or
real,
if you offer him food. I've offered him food before, and they're like, no, man, you got $1.
You got it,
I just
yeah.
gave you a sandwich.
I bought a full food at the taco truck, turned around, threw it in the garbage.
did he really?
Yep.
I've seen like Tupperware
And that's
containers.
not all of them. I'm not
Yeah.
talking
No.
all homeless.
The
I'm
Tupperware
saying
containers.
there are those out there.
What I'm saying is, if there's somebody at the top of the Briggsmore overpass here in Modesto holding up a sign that says, need work, anything will help, and I roll up and I got a $5 in my pocket, and I'm like, I'll give you $5 if you give me 5 push-ups. They're gonna say no.
Yeah.
They are gonna say no. At least these people were willing to do it, and Khabib was paying them. I'm not mad about it. Like the outrage machine is strong with this one.
I mean, and of course,
We're
this is
addicted to it.
huge outrage for Conor fans. They feel like, oh, I can't believe Khabib would do this. He's a piece of shit. Conor needs to destroy him because of it. But yet you're not outraged that he threw a dolly at a bus and hurt a bunch of fighters and got away with it like it was murder. Like, no one's outraged at that, but I'm outraged that Khabib's out there, paying homeless people to do push-ups.
I guess the biggest problem I have with the Khabib thing, maybe it's the only one, is that he's supposed to be this deeply religious person, and that doesn't seem like a very religious thing to do.
I agree.
To take advantage of the homeless people.
I would say that, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Jesus said, "Get your fucking reps in and get your."
He was swole.
He was swollen.
I don't know if y'all know this. He was swole.
Didn't he like kick over some tables and shit? He threw people out of a bazaar. He was like, "Get this shit out of my father's house right now.
It was literally bizarre.
Party is over."
The bazaar was bizarre. That one time he went and he had to reserve a table for 26 because they were all just going to sit on one side of it.
For that great picture.
He was kind of a thug, yeah, for that epic selfie.
That selfie that they got.
Hey, I wonder if that guy had to paint it like you do a panoramic picture.
Yeah.
Like you had to move the easel down. Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh man, I moved up a little bit. I moved down.
You moved.
It's not in the lines. It's not in the lines.
Two faces. What the fuck?
Yeah, some guy's down on the end. He's like, "We got a
Judas
plan
is
that we gotta
stretched out a
enact."
little bit now.
Yeah, paint a plant over that guy. That's because you're over here too, dick.
That one fucker's on both ends.
Son of a bitch.
He's all shit.
It was
Ducked and ran.
It was a round table.
They're fucking 14 motherfuckers.
And
Where's this guy?
speaking of Conor versus Khabib, one fighter has expressed interest in fighting the winner, and that is George St. Pierre. He says
I did not know this. This is cool.
he would like to fight the winner of Khabib versus Conor for the 155-pound belt. However, he is realistic and says, you know what? It's probably not going to happen. I do not think the UFC will let me do this. He's all, for me, I'd be interested in that fight because it's a win-win situation. It's a legacy upgrade. It's good money. It's a big fight. However, I did fight at 170, relinquished the title. I fought at 185. I relinquished the title. So just for these reasons, I do not think UFC would let me fight again, especially for a title,
Just
because
to
they're
take that
afraid
belt and
I would
relinquish
relinquish it and leave the division in ruins again. Dana White came out and said, "You're damn right. We're not going to let you fight for another title after
Whatever.
you relinquish two."
Money, money, money. He will too.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, you will eventually see all these fights that everybody wants to see in Bellator,
Yep.
probably 2023, 2024.
No, I
If
mean,
GSP were to fight the winner of that for the title and win, hands down the GOAT
What year?
Hands down
What
the GOAT.
year, though?
next year.
I don't know. We could have so many other people becoming the GOAT. Look how fast McGregor came the GOAT.
He's never the GOAT.
No, dude.
he's not
Oh,
the
I'll get in
GOAT.
that argument all day.
He's the GOAT. You know what I mean?
GSP
Look,
says-
what's funny is look how long Aldo did what he did.
Yeah.
And you talk to anybody now, and he's not even in the conversation.
I know.
But Aldo was never the GOAT.
He was getting pretty close. I would say he was getting close.
But that's what I'm saying. After, 11 years,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was getting close. This cat's been around.
No, Conor's definitely not the GOAT.
I think GSP is currently the GOAT. That's my current stance.
Yeah.
We can argue about that
Not
online.
just a journeyman.
we can argue that online any other time.
Nope. Not taking that bait. No sparkly shit today, sir.
GSP says he thinks he can make 155. He's never cut that low, but he thinks he can, given the amount of time. He says he's almost 40. When he turns 40, he will retire from fighting.
All right.
Yeah, 40's a bitch, dude.
So
Get on the other side of that.
I'd be really interested
Got
in
like
that fight.
5 more months then.
Woo!
I'd be really
I'd
interested.
watch the hell out of that fight.
Yeah.
100%.
Dana White talking about Ben Askren.
See, this is what I'm saying. Dana White said that he would never let GSP fight for the three-peat, right?
Yep.
That'll damn right that'll
Hey,
never
if he
happen.
comes
said
over
he would
and
never
wins-
sign Askren, and now he's
saying he's
How
come
many
back.
wins does he have to have before he becomes the GOAT?
He says Ben Askren. This
Yeah?
is according
No.
to Dana White. He says Ben Askren hit me up a few months ago and said, "What are the odds that we can talk about me coming into the UFC?" And I said, "We can absolutely talk about it, but you need to send me a letter before I even talk or meet with you or do anything. A letter that says you're a free agent and be able to go wherever. If he's not a free agent, he's not a free agent. He's under contract with ONE FC. I'm not gonna get into that talk. When he is free and he has fulfilled his contract with ONE FC, then we can meet and talk to him."
How much coffee do you think Dana has to drink during that meeting to stay awake?
Ben Askren's like,
You know what the most
"Take down! What the fuck?"
Yeah, the biggest thing to take away from this is the fact that he says, "Let me see the letter."
Yeah.
Just let you know that when they went to court over Rampage,
Yeah.
I bet it was an ass whooping.
It was one of these. It was like, here's our letter saying he still fights for us. Fuck.
Yeah. So
There's no Russian collusion.
Husamir Paul Harris
Oh, Jesus. This guy.
has not fought in. I don't remember how long he's fought.
The last time he ripped somebody's ankle off. I don't know.
He did fight in
dude, he's so huge.
Russia. He is moving up, obviously, to heavyweight, possibly super heavyweight.
I said-
This doesn't even look natural.
He's on everything except for a stool.
What is this? That a good God.
It's terrifying.
I like
He's
the one
in the
caption I saw
Macy's
that was
Day
like, "Look at
balloon
Husamir Paul Harris'
division."
new haircut."
When was the last time you think he wiped his ass?
And I also like, this is Rusimov Paul Harris from Earth 10.
His hands
has
are too big to
destroyed
get
all
in the
other 8
crack.
versions and is looking for the last one to complete the multiverse.
Look, his hands are so thick, bro. He can't even get shit out of the couch.
I think
crack.
he could break legs now with just that arm. Like, he doesn't even get you into a grappling move
No.
on the ground.
No.
Like, he's going to knee bar you just by going,
He just flexes.
He's got a little bit of Trogdor going on.
little Trogdor.
Really beefy.
It's freaking crazy. Like if he drops change, his fingers are so big
So
he can't pick it up.
Exactly. That's
They're just too fat. Just
what I'm saying.
yeah, he just uses his giant arm to scoop him into the like.
So he's fighting somebody named Clark Jones in a no-gi tournament who's apparently part of the Australian Death Squad who are killing the no-gi circuit right now.
Oh, you mean the Australian he's gonna die squad?
I don't know, man.
Jesus.
They're apparently he's,
I mean, maybe he doesn't have the flexibility anymore.
he doesn't. There's no way, dude. That's what I'm saying. He hasn't wiped his ass in 6 months.
Good God.
There's no way. So yeah, he's going up against a guy named Clark Jones who apparently is the top of the top right now, in no-gi. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Curtis Blades
Blades.
went on Twitter to call out
Twitter.
Stipe Miocic.
This was a good move.
I like this. He says, I appreciate all you taught me from 5 years ago. It was an honor to be a part of your camp then. With the current situation, I'm sure you don't want to wait until spring. Are you free 11/10 for the 25th anniversary card?
Nice.
Blew a
Nice,
little
classy.
smoke up his
Very
ass.
classy.
Little classy. Another
all-
person talking about Stipe. DC recently was quoted in saying if Brock is not ready and unable to fight, he would entertain a Stipe rematch.
I like this better. This is like a Hallmark card.
Are we gonna talk about what DC said about Demetrius Johnson not getting his rematch? That if Demetrius doesn't get his rematch, things aren't right in the world. And so Stipe tweeted,
Well, then DC turned around and said, well, Brock's not ready. I'll take Stipe.
yeah.
I do like the Hallmark.
I think we're gonna run into some USADA problems with Brock. That's again.
Yeah, he's been tested quite a bit.
I agree
in
with
forum land.
But he's not ready. He's not cleared to fight till sometime next year.
Correct.
But back to that call out, though, I think that Hallmark should really invest in this. I think we should be able to go to Target and find a card where you can challenge people to a fight.
That's pretty good.
Should be a section.
I want to fight you. Whoa.
Ooh,
Breaking the hot sauce. It's not even ours.
You know, that's called a fight card, right?
it's a fight card. Yeah,
Fight card.
We got to patent that right now.
fight cards.
Fight card.
Anthony Showtime
Giving
Pettis
that to somebody at work. I'm going to fight you.
got his black belt.
Nice. Way to
I
go,
thought he
Pettis.
already had it.
So did I.
But he was
Where did you get it from?
Daniel, this guy, his trainer.
Right, right.
Let's see.
Daniel, this guy.
Let's see if I can click it.
Good old Daniel, this guy.
Daniel Wanderlei.
Chuck Yeager.
So that's kind of funny. Daniel Wanderlei, he spells his name like Wand pronounces his name.
The Ultimate Fighter.
Yes.
Is-
the legacy.
The Legacy. This is the Legacy photo of the Ultimate. This is the original cast of the Ultimate Fighter. Dana White recently spoke
Diego.
out and said that
That just makes me mad.
it just makes you mad.
Picture of Diego. Just
Look at that. Before they had good pharmaceuticals.
Seriously.
Look how giant fucking Kenny Florian
He's
is.
huge. But he had to go up in weight to be on the show.
Yeah, he was at
Yeah, but
185.
look how little he is. I mean, he's big, but look how
Yeah.
little he is.
Remember, God, who was that kid? Joe Daddy. Joe Daddy went way up in weight to be on the show.
Yep.
Look how young Levin looks. Holy shit. this is
Koscheck.
insane.
Look at Koscheck. Looks like a real fighter.
We do have a check this out. We do have. They got just this week. They met back up.
Really?
The whole cast minus
Fucking Diego.
minus
You know what
Koscheck,
this looks like? This looks like a fucking Friends reunion.
minus Koscheck, minus Strange Brew, and minus Loden Kincaid.
Who has more money, Florian or Chuck?
Probably Chuck.
You think so?
Randy's probably got some good money there too.
I gotta know what happened to Loden and Kate. I don't think it's good.
I don't know.
Don't look it up. It's gonna make me
I
sad.
don't know. Anyway,
I like Loden on the show.
talking about this
lot.
reunion, Dana White said that the TUF Gym is going to be closing, and they're going to be moving the Ultimate Fighter to the ESPN or ESPN Plus.
Crazy. I saw after this season concluded, I saw Mike Swick and Bobby Southworth at the same event.
Getting ready for this picture?
No, they were at a jiu-jitsu tournament in San
okay.
Francisco. So it was weird though because back then, because remember the conclusion of this is what like opened up the UFC to the
hands
mainstream
down, yeah.
fans, and a lot of people don't remember that was that fight that went down on Spike TV between Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner. That was a major catapult forward in the world of mixed martial arts. So it was crazy with that happening and seeing Bobby Southworth and Mike Swick just walking around a jiu-jitsu tournament like nothing.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Dana White also was talking about the show, and he's like, it's still there's still a huge market for it. It's still a huge show. There's 500,000 viewers, 650 or 600 thousand viewers in the initial ratings, but they're not counting. People aren't counting stuff like DVR. We averaged 1 million viewers just due to DVR and all this kind of stuff. But then when you look at the numbers that people are actually putting out, some of the statisticians, and they're saying, the last one only had 308,000 viewers. The one before that was only 288,000 viewers.
Right.
The ratings have been going down for the Ultimate Fighter. Dana White still seems to think that it's a hot property. ESPN did pick up, a bunch of the UFC stuff, so we'll see where the Ultimate Fighter goes. There are talks that the Ultimate Fighter will go again live. Another live show,
that
but
sucked.
on ESPN Plus.
I hated that. That was a terrible season.
Yeah.
I think they can refine the team seasons and make those interesting again.
I think they could as well. I do, like I said, they've always tried to come up with a new concept to keep the show interesting. And we had the all heavyweights, we had the undefeateds, we had the
I didn't think that was
championships.
necessary though.
We had all these things.
What was funny was the first season had all that drama.
I'm all about the challenges, man. When are we gonna have
challenges were awesome.
pulling Chuck in a fucking chair again across the bunch of logs and some rocks?
No, I want to see somebody have to climb around the biggest guy on the team.
Yeah,
again.
that was good. The good old trio woe.
Oh Jesus, that was horrible.
Rich Franklin. Yeah, we're just gonna forfeit.
That was
That
so
was Matt
amazing.
Hughes.
It was
Matt
so
Hughes.
amazing.
We're just gonna forfeit.
It was who was it? It was Joe Daddy and
Joe Daddy and Brad Imes.
Brad Imes. Jeez.
They did like some crazy amount of revolutions.
Oh yeah, it was over 100.
Yeah.
Well over 100.
Yeah. Absolutely insane.
I couldn't do half a revolution. Nope.
Felice Herrig and the karate hottie Michelle Waterson will be fighting October 6th.
Gonna be a
down.
great fight.
UFC 229. This is an old photo from when they were on the Oxygen channel and they were on a program called Fight Girls. Both of them right there, right there.
No.
Also, you can see Gina Carano.
Fight girls.
2 scoops. There's 2 scoops.
Behind them. This was a Muay Thai Ultimate Fighter style show.
I remember this.
On Oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they would train with Gina Carano and I can't remember the other girl's name, and they would end up training to go fight in
remember
Thailand.
this, yeah.
They were in the United States training to go fight in Thailand.
That's
and,
hilarious.
Try to do some stuff. So some former castmates now gonna
Something
fight.
happened.
Do you
Something
think Felice Herrig cries again that this is too much of a hot girl fight?
I think a car just hit the building.
I think that she should be happy that it's a hot girl fight. Honestly. Because we're going to be watching it for 2 different reasons now.
Yeah.
One for the fighting and one for the attractiveness of the fight.
But I mean, you're gonna watch. I don't know. This fight, both of these girls have really stepped it up lately.
They have?
And how do you say it? Barn burner? This is gonna be a really good fight.
Slobber knocker?
Here's I don't know. Can you use that in that context?
Oh.
Here's my thing. Is it going to be one of those things where it sounds like it's going to be a barn burner because they both have stepped up their games. They both have really good stand-up qualities about them. Where they're going to be too timid to engage because of that? Because neither one of them are known for their takedowns.
No,
Yeah, we've
I
seen that before.
I have not really seen fights from women where there's outright timidity.
Well, I guess time will tell. I'm worried about in this fight because they're both pretty much purely stand-up fighters. There's not really a takedown between the 2 of them, and their stand-up is legit. Or it could be the barn burner. It could just be banging
See,
and
and
swinging.
I like the fact, like right here, they're both coming from Muay Thai background. We love to watch girls kick the shit out of each other. I mean, that was the whole thing. Michelle Waterson, Paige Van Zandt, I got to see that live. Dude, it was badass.
were
And
kicking,
that's when I realized the whole frame per second thing really made their kicks look a lot slower. Because in person, that shit is
like, what?
crazy.
Quick whip.
You hear the noise, and they're pulling their leg back.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it, and Marka goes, that's crazy. They're kicking each other. I was like, good. I'm not the only one.
I'm not the only crazy person here.
I did not get that high in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Mr. Kevin Hart has decided to get into the MMA game, sort of. He and his investment group, along with Tony Robbins.
I was going to say, this is like a MRI, ERE, BBD. What are they called?
WME.
Okay.
Yeah, so Kevin Hart,
Warner Brothers.
Tony Robbins, and Mark
Hello,
Barnett. Mark
nurse.
Barnett is MGM television chief, the guy who started Survivor. Their investment group has decided to invest into the PFL.
Fuck, man.
So they are going to be throwing some money at the PFL. Again, trying to be a competitor with the UFC. I don't know how they convinced poor Kevin Hart that this was a good idea.
He's making that suit. What's his new TKO?
I have no idea.
Total Knockout. That's his new TV show where they got like a obstacle course they go through, but people get to attack you.
Oh, well, that's why then. He's already hype on that. He's like, yeah, I want to do some more fighting.
Yeah, I want to see more people fight.
Yeah,
people.
more fighting.
Yeah, punch people in the face.
My TV show got people getting punched in the face. Now I want to go invest in people getting punched in the face.
Put my money in people punching in the face.
So they invested $28 million into the PFL. Do you think that's to pay the purses that they're going to have to pay?
Yeah, possibly. God, $28 million.
Yeah.
What do they have?
start up a fight
They have to pay
organization?
out. What do we figure? $7 million a year in purses.
Aw, snap.
At least. Oh, snap. Variety said no.
You're using ad blocker, man? What the hell happened?
Somebody's trying to
Bellator.
take his Snickers bar. That's what happened right there.
Bellator.
Mark was like, nope.
Bellator MMA has announced
Go get your
their
own Snickers.
welterweight Grand Prix, which is something we've talked about now I think it was almost a month back. But they have released the bracket.
No, cool.
We got some cool matchups. Douglas Lima against Andrei Koreshkov in the first bout.
that is the first.
Paul Daly against MVP, the match everybody's been talking about and wanting to happen for a long time, is going to be happening in the first round.
And then how the fuck is Rory McDonald
Check
fighting
this
John
out.
Fitch in the first round?
Ninian Gracie against Ed Ruth. We have your alternate Lorenz Larkin and Yaroslav Arzamov. And Rory McDonald against John Fitch. Rory McDonald, Mr. Scott Coker said every bout he's in, he has to defend his belt. This is for the welterweight
This is so
Grand
dumb.
Prix belt.
Who put this stupid thing together? You need MVP and Paul Daly should like one top, one bottom, and then Rory McDonald and John Fish one top, one bottom, and then that makes more sense.
No. They're making the great fights people want to see right off the bat.
They're burning it. They're burning because
And again,
they don't want to risk it not happening.
They don't want to risk it not happening.
Man.
Just like their the Strike Force heavyweight Grand Prix where we had the guys on the opposite, and you're like, damn it.
I think they
So-and-so
got
pulled
bigger
out.
names on standby.
Yeah, I thought they would as well.
Frank Mir is going to lose weight.
GSP's on standby too.
Ben Askren. But yeah, so Rory McDonald's going to have
Sorry, I can't send you that letter, Dana.
defend his belt against
waiting
John
for Bellator.
Fitch, right? And then he's going to have to defend his belt against Nimian Gracie or Ed Ruth, and then defend his belt, if he makes it to the end, against one of these four gentlemen.
That's insane.
Defending his belt this entire tournament, that's pretty impressive.
He's
if he
defending
does
his
it.
belt 3 times in a year, then essentially. Okay.
But him beating Fish, is that really impressive at this point?
Fitch is having a late surge.
Backpack.
Did you hear how much you were trying to convince yourself?
Late surge? Come on, guy.
What was he on a roll?
Come on, buddy. Oh my God.
Come on, guy.
I hit like a rock or something. Shut up.
Come on, guy.
UFC 227, before we get into the breakdown, we had a lot of things go on from the California State Athletic Commission. They have released the in-cage weights of all the fighters.
Oh, yeah?
And almost
Oh, my
all of
God.
them, almost all of them are over.
That's
Thunder.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Jack Black.
Is it really?
Yes.
Okay.
All Jack Black.
So California says you have to be within
Gonna be great.
8%
Gonna have
of
big.
your body weight, or of the weight you're supposed to be getting on. 8% within fight week. Otherwise, they're going to have to make
fantastic.
fighters go up or down. So let's check this out. I was going to put all the fighters, but that was going to be like almost the entire fucking card, and I didn't want to have to find all the graphics for that. TJ Dillashaw on Fight Night came in at 149.5. Cody Garbrandt, 142. Henry Cejudo, 141. Demetrius Johnson came in at 142. He weighed the same as Cody Garbrandt.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was fighting at 125?
He was fighting at 125.
Man, you know this.
Renato
know
Monsanto
this.
was 165. Cub Swanson was 160. Both these guys, again, supposed to fight at 145. JJ Aldrich, who was supposed to fight at 115, came in at 130. Poliana Viana came in at 129. Thiago
Wow.
Santos came in at 209.
209, what's up?
Dude,
That's what I'm saying. And if
All
you
of these
if
guys.
you were part of exposethebros.com, you would already know about all this. About these fighters who are literally hundreds of pounds heavier, like when Diaz, he came in at what, 290?
290.
When he fought McGregor? 6'8",
Diego
290.
Santos.
All I'm saying is there's a Wookiee on Endor. Why is there a Wookiee on Endor?
Of the 6 fighters that did
It
not
don't make no sense.
lose what they consider a dangerous amount of weight, only one won.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Check this
So
out.
so these stats are kind of...
So they're saying that basically if you have this, you put this much weight on, you're almost a guaranteed win. Almost.
How about this?
Wild.
So when they make you weigh in before, the fight is still good, but you got to give up 1% for every pound you are over your weight class.
Joe Rogan recently went on his podcast, obviously talking about how extreme weight cutting is a huge issue, and that it's almost
Sanctioned
worse.
cheating?
They're saying that it's worse than using PEDs.
I don't know about that. But he did. He called it sanctioned cheating.
That's what he said. He
It
says
is.
not that it's a
He
worse
came
problem.
in 20, what? Demetrius came in
20-something pounds overweight.
20 pounds overweight? No,
20.
30.
13.6% more than he was supposed to.
But it was like...
And then
but it's
18's allowable?
8 is allowable.
Oh, I thought it was 18.
No.
8.
Yo, I didn't do it, Brandon.
Every single one of these guys.
Man.
That's why I said, like, a lot of people were talking
I come
about,
into the show overweight all the time.
a lot of people were talking about how
come
did
in with an
California
8%.
allow these guys to fight? Because before they've told guys, no, you're not allowed to fight tonight. You're gonna have to move up weight class. It's gonna be a catch weight.
I don't know, money.
But yeah, but the entire card was up in weight.
Yeah, green privilege.
Jeez,
They're all Irish?
Yeah.
they're all Irish. Every single one of them. If you want to get into the breakdown that was UFC 227, we could start on Fight Pass.
Sure. Marlon Vera gets a KO punch to the body over Waluigi Burren. And then you had Zhang Weili over Danielle Taylor
Zangwale!
with a unanimous decision as well. And then Alex Perez with a big KO over Jose Torres in the very first round. Jumping onto your FX card with Shimon.
Shame on! Shimon.
Moraes gets a unanimous decision win over Matt Sales. And then you had Ricardo Ramos up against Kung Ho Kang with a split decision in favor of Ricardo.
Favorite Mortal Kombat character.
Kung Ho Kang.
Yeah.
You get that bicycle kick, awesome. You had Ricky Simon gets a
But not
unanimous
really in
decision
games 3 or 4.
over This Is How We Do It, Montel Jackson. Pedro Munoz with a unanimous decision over Brett Johns. And then you got Thiago Santos.
On your main card.
On your main card, this is the actual pay-per-view with a unanimous decision over Kevin Holland. JJ Aldrich, who's calling her Sunburn. What's up, Sunburn? Got a unanimous decision win over Polyana Viana. Her striking was Chris. Polyana did not, again, timidity. Looked like she was afraid to get in there and mix it up.
Did a little bit, yeah.
And she's what, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion.
Mm-hmm.
She just learned stand-up 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. She actually got a takedown, which is unheard of in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, they didn't know what she was doing.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
But JJ striking
Supposed
just
to fall on your back. Let her come
won
to
the
you.
fight. And she was like, she looked like every 14-year-old that comes back from Jamaica, is what one of my friends said. But whatever. Renato Moiciano over Cub Swanson with a rear naked choke. That was sunk in hard in the very first round at 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Henry Cejudo, what the fuck?
Shocks the world.
Gets a win over Demetrius Johnson, who was your champ.
Becomes your first ever gold medalist to win a UFC belt.
That was still shocking, but I mean,
In a split decision, did you give it to Cejudo?
I had it 3-2 Cejudo.
Dennis?
Yeah, I give it to Cejudo.
I have to go back and watch it. Because I only watched it live.
Yeah.
And
So
when I was watching it live, I thought it was a draw.
Yeah.
But again, I had to walk away for a little bit, come back, walk away.
I felt
a draw. Again, I want to go back and actually sit down and watch it round by round. Do you think Demetrius Johnson deserves an immediate rematch, having held the belt for so long, undefeated?
Oh, we're gonna get a 3 out of this. There's
But
no
listen,
way
it
we're not
should
getting
be
a 3 out of
immediate?
this.
Or do you think
as
it's
much as you
after?
want it in this promotion, we don't have a standard.
I think, yeah.
Stipe's not getting his automatic.
Yeah, but they can. This is a third. They can milk this one. They can actually build this up to where people may pay attention.
but
to
I
it.
think
but
this
I
is what
understand
Dana
that.
White wants. He
Yeah.
was so happy.
He 100% wanted this
because he could stop putting Demetrius Johnson in the GOAT category. You could stop putting him in, that he doesn't want to do promotion category. We now have somebody else. Oh, fuck that guy. I got an Olympian. You know what I mean?
Right.
Demetrius Johnson's foot looked
but
like a heavyweight.
Henry Cejudo.
I don't know if you saw this.
He when he talks, he's just boring. Wow, he can't even fit in his sandal.
Yeah, that's Demetrius Johnson's foot. He did break it in the first round.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that explains a lot. And that's the shitty thing is that I think it's the second round where his corner told him that he won the second round, but he didn't win the second round. That's the round that I had to give to Cejudo, and Demetrius Johnson came out like it was even, you know. Like literally when he came out in the 5th round, he came out like he was being told it was an even fight, and not to worry about it.
Not to worry. And then your main events. TJ Dillashaw gets a TKO win over Cody Garbrandt in the first round.
It was the exact same as the first fight.
4 minutes, 10 seconds. You could see how
Who'd you guys
unhappy.
Who'd you take?
Dillashaw.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
No, I said Garbrandt. Just because Garbrandt caught him early the last time they fought, and
said-
Garbrandt caught him early
Thriller
again this time.
Dillashaw, Killer Dillashaw.
Was the exact same fight. I don't know. Did the last fight end in round 1?
Yeah.
I just didn't
Yeah,
feel
the exact same fight then.
But I felt that this time Garbrandt's punches just didn't bring anything.
Yeah, and TJ Dillashaw says, we were ready for that left hand that he throws. This,
Right.
He keeps throwing this same combo, and he's like, we just timed it,
Yeah.
and dropped him.
Right, because I mean that's what was good about Mayweather. Mayweather, it's not that he does outfight you, but he also knows how to move his body to where no matter how you hit him, it's
not doing damage.
Yeah, it's a blemish. Man.
You could see it on Dana White's face. He was not happy to have Dillashaw as a champ. I mean, if you listen to old interviews with him, with Cody Garbrandt coming up, first of all, it seems like he doesn't know Cody Garbrandt's
Cardi
name.
B?
Cardi B's name. He doesn't know Cody Garbrandt's name, where he was
Cardi
like,
G.
They asked him, who do you think the next star is? And he's like, we got this new guy. He's got tattoos. No love. No love. That's who's going to be the next champ.
Neck tats.
Neck tats, no love. That's who's the next champ. We're going to, he's super marketable. We're going to put, and they gave him a suit to wear when he was the champion. Fitted him and all this kind of stuff, and now that you could tell, he immediately gave the belt to Dillashaw and was like, all right, I'm out, and walked out of the cage. Didn't stand behind
No,
him.
he didn't.
Just
That was
walked
weird,
out
man.
because I don't.
Is it more about Dillashaw or is it more about Bang?
It's more about Dillashaw. Remember, was pro union.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But he
that's
did-
that's my personal
Fucking
little
politics, man.
my little tinfoil hat theory that I
back in
think
my
he's
MMA.
unhappy
But
with
he did
him
the
being
same thing. He
like
did the same thing with Cejudo. Cejudo was calling for him. Was like, "Where you at, Dana? Where you at?" Because he handed him the belt and he bounced. But then Cejudo wanted to talk shit to him too.
Yeah.
I felt a little disrespected.
So where do they go from here? Dominic Cruz is demanding a title shot, saying that he should have the next shot.
Sure, I'd watch that.
You'd watch that against Dillashaw?
Yeah, be it.
Did he break an arm right after he demanded it? Hey!
Oh, fuck.
I want to fight somebody.
Ronda Rousey came over and hip tossed him.
Tuesday night Contender Series happened this Tuesday. I think this is the last one of the season, yeah?
Yeah?
Last one of the season.
Yeah?
Start up there at the bottom.
Got Alex
Wait.
Gilpin got a Darce choke over J.R. Coffin. You got Bobby Moffitt with a Darce choke over Jacob Kilburn. And then you have Kennedy Nishkawu over Dennis Bryant with a TKO with a head kick. And Devontae Swing Smith with a KO over Joseph Lowry. And Greg Hardy gets a TKO over Tobias Gordon. All finishes. That's cool.
Devontae Smith, Kennedy Neshkawu, and Bobby Moffitt get the contracts. Again, Greg Hardy is still with his developmental contract. He's not
17
2-0.
seconds.
2-0.
No drips, no drips, no slips.
And then we have PFL 6.
It's a talent, sir.
PFL 6 will be going down.
I'm stupid as hell.
When is this? This is going down next Thursday? Next Thursday before our show. So I wanted to
all Thursdays.
just put that on there. You could see Rick Story. I don't understand this. Rick Story and Jake Shields are both going to be on the Facebook watch card, not even on TV.
It's so bizarre to me. Because they're not part of the tournament. That's why. Because they're putting the tournament on regular TV.
Oh, there you go. So you got Ray Cooper III going up against Pavalo Kushk. Magmadov,
you may not
Magmadov
be here to
Kamerkamov
point that out.
against
Some of these shows.
Bojan
That's some
Velokovic.
Swedish chef shit right there.
Kayla Harrison.
That was awesome.
Going against Jolette Cotton. Abu Akbar Nurmagomedov against Justin Weston and João Zeffirino against Yuri Belfort. Again, it's going down next Thursday on PFL. Kevin Hart will definitely be watching.
Yep.
And then going down
That's about $28 million working out. It's good, right?
on the 28th. No, what is this going down? This is going down on
I don't know.
the
I
12th.
can't read Japanese.
Going down on the 12th in the future. Ryzen
12. That's
number
what I get out of
12
it too.
from Japan. Caitlin Young
right.
going against Rina Magura. Hatsu Hayoki going up against Makura.
Oh, Angela
Asakura.
Magana is fighting, huh?
Is she?
Yeah,
Angela
right
Magana
there.
up against Kanako Murata.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Damn, we got to root Merca.
Merca.
I don't think we have to. But...
Sluts up.
Who's the other American
Is
fighter?
she even
Don't get upset.
American?
She's got the American flag.
Huh?
No, she's like all about Puerto Rico, right?
She's Brazilian?
No, she's all about
Brazilian?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto
Wasn't she
Rico?
living there complaining that people aren't sending money,
Oh, that's right.
including her specifically?
No.
Isn't that American? It's an American territory.
American territory, yes. So yeah, that's your fights. Buy a shirt.
Who is that? I've seen this for like
He's a
4
fan.
weeks now. I have no idea who this is.
She is a fan.
She's a
Hunger
fan.
cakes.
Hunger Cakes.
Hunger Cakes, man.
Fight Night and Chill. You can get that at our Shirt Sickle store, shirtsickle.com/SDMMA. You can also find the Pride shirt there as well as our regular shirt. And we're going to be doing some specialty fight shirts very soon as well. So make sure you check that out.
You
Big
told
thanks
us
for
that
listening.
last show, Joey.
I know I
Yeah,
did.
we said we're going to be doing them soon.
We're going to be doing them. You can't prove me a liar.
I'll tell you right now, soon with these people, look around October.
Thanks for listening, of course, and thanks for sharing. Tell your friends. You can find us online at SD_MMA. That is our Twitter and Instagram. You can also find us on Facebook, Split Decision MMA Podcast. Our website, splitdecisionmma.com. And, of course, on anywhere podcasts are broadcast.
Oh, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud,
All those
YouTube,
places.
Instagram Live.
Podbay, Player FM. We're on Instagram Live right now.
Podbean.
I'll shut it down, 'cause probably be able to say.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Dependable Solutions. Innovate your business. Change the way that you take credit cards because they will hook you up with a bigger discount than what you're getting right now from whoever you're taking credit cards with. Again, Dependable Solutions.
And that's what everybody wants, a bigger D.
Yeah, the bigger D, the biggest D possible.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Strongboard Balance. Change the way you work out. Get on board. StrongboardBalance.com. And that is it.
Is that sirens? I think that car hit the building.
Yeah, I think it may have. That's crazy. So, of course, big thanks for listening from the SinCal Studios. Bueller, Dodge, and Dennis saying have a good night, and we will see you at the fights.
Like the AC turned off.